to another episode. And today we'd be looking at one of the original creators of the DeFi Summer, which would be Aave. Now, Aave, if you do not know the history of, it's basically it's basically a Finnish company. It means ghost, if I'm not mistaken. And for the largest time, I think it was the only lending and borrowing protocol out there, which a lot of people swore by, and that is something that something that a lot of people really relied upon. And I think Aave is one of those places which found somewhat of a corporate understanding pretty fast across decentralized finance, because lending and borrowing is such a primary example or primary place for where traditional finance can interact with decentralized finance, right? Like under collateralized loans or over collateralized loans were at one point of time the only places where most traditional finance folks felt comfortable. So when Aave came along, it was a very traditional idea of over collateralized loans. You could basically had like I believe the collateralization issue, you had to keep it at like 150%. So if you deposit if you want to take out a loan worth $100, you have to deposit $150 worth of collateral. And I remember, because Aave is very special to me. Aave is actually the first article I ever wrote about when I was working at Bankless. So because of those reasons, Aave becomes a very serious contender for one of the OG protocols that I interacted with. Now, of course, back in the day, there used to be no documentation about Aave. I mean, there used to be on their website. It's just that nobody told me that I should be going out there and looking at it from that perspective. If I just showcase to you what Aave looks like right now, they call themselves the most trusted financial network. And to be very fair, it's completely understandable. They, if I'm not mistaken, are enshrined within Avara Labs. So Avara is basically the parent company of Aave. Avara also has Family, which is the wallet, and a couple of other things as well. And all of these are, really successful products in and of themselves. But I think nobody has gone on to accumulate as much of a fame slash notoriety as Aave did, because Aave, since lending and borrowing protocols carry within themselves the inherent risk of getting hacked, and a lot of Aave folks have been hacked in the past as well. In fact, some of their biggest competitors like Morpho and Compound have been hacked as well. Aave itself has suffered from a couple of hacks in like very small pools. So I think it always kind of begs the question of how safe we really are, considering that if you cannot get lending and borrowing right, you might as well forget about decentralized finance ever becoming a reality. Now, I think with like their latest updates, they've built out like their own mobile um, application. They're trying to become the one and only neobank out there. So let's see how this works. I've downloaded it, so luckily it is available on their, on the UAE Apple Store. And yeah, we're just gonna try it out here. As of course, I cannot share my screen because it's on my phone, but this is how they basically advertise themselves, which is like earn up to 6.5% on your cash with Aave. I really like how they're not using anything about crypto. They do not have anything on the main three pages there. So you can hit get started, they ask for your number, and that is where it gets a little bit tricky. One time code, country code not supported. This is very funny because for some reason they're not supporting UAE. Let me try India. um, I don't know if it will work. Somehow Indian numbers worked. That's weird. um, I'll actually write that down, like why are you not supporting code supported. I think the message just came through. So you're in, and then they're asking you to set up a password, which, I mean, I understand, but I think if you give people the option to just like connect their Google address or something like that, they would be pretty fine with it. Passwords match, select the country you live in. Referral code, I don't have any. Then they're asking me to like write down my name. Um, no, wait, they're asking for the name to be exactly as same as the name in the government ID. So that makes it a little bit complicated. Avatar, I don't want any, to be honest. Okay, for some reason, they've actually put you down for a wait list. They don't actually show you the entire app altogether. Earn more. Every referral that signs up for Aave moves you up on the wait list. Earn an extra 0.5% APY by depositing $200 dollars or more. Huh. They have something which is called Simulate My Future. So I'm just going to click on that. Insane. If you deposit $500 every single month, then they are basically saying you get like half a million in 30 years, which is kind of insane. What if you deposit 1,000 every month? Then you earn a million, but in 30 years, right? I mean, it's very simple, but the UI, of course, it's the best in industry standard. Everybody knows that the person who actually designed this later on went on to become the head of design at Base. I want to see how much would I make if I just deposit like a one time. So, for example, if you're somebody, you have cash at hand, you want to deposit into Aave, yeah, so you can just deposit $10,000. It would grow up to like $57,434. You would have earned $47,000 in 30 years. Problem is, you know what? I would really, really want if they can also, give like an inflation meter or something. Like if inflation is rising by, let's just say, 8% or 9%, um, where does my money stand then? Because if that is the case at 6% APY, problem here is that I'm still in a loss. Like it's more, don't get me wrong, it's more than a savings account, but 6% APY may not be the most lucrative of deals, considering that that's what you get on a couple of fixed deposits in banks. So that is a little bit of a problem right there. So let me go back. And yeah, you basically cannot do anything at this point, unfortunately. I'll have to see if there is anything else. Hmm. Oh wow, they've got private referrals. That is insane. Nope. Aave just started asking for like permission to my contacts, which I will not be giving, of course. I think that uh, goes without saying. Let me actually see on David's list if they have like more options as well available. Give me 1 second. To be honest, like Glider, I've already reviewed. I think he repeated Glider twice because Glider was also in like portfolio management or something. But okay, Hurupe, we literally tried it out yesterday. PistachioFi is something new. Okay, this is something I have not looked into myself. Smart Economic Podcast. Brian Smokovich. Okay, I think I can try out this one, which is PistachioFi. Let me actually try that. It's kind of funny because now I'll have to literally change the name of the stream. Aave and PistachioFi. But before I do that, first of all, I should probably have a look at what is if it is even available here. Oh yeah, it is. Damn, it's literally the only one that has this name. So I've actually set it out for download. Let's see how long it takes. Just I'm waiting for it to download. To be honest, I don't see reviews yet, so that's a bit of a red flag. Um, if I go into Pistachio, the problem is that good thing is you were easy to find. Like I just had to look you guys up on App Store, and it was like literally the only result, not even like the top result, the only result. The bad part is no ratings and reviews, which is sorry about that. So if I had to look into you guys, there was no rating and reviews, which is usually a sign that I would not look up this app just yet. Give me 1 second. Uh, The UI does okay. The opening UI is decent. You can either do it with email or phone. I'll just use email because oh, nice haptic. For some reason, the UI just reset and like sent me back to the main screen. I was in the process of writing out my email. I've hit sign up. Do you want to allow to use Face ID? Yes, I want to allow. Uh, they're saying okay. No, it has still not yet arrived. Not yet. Wait, I really did use the right email, right? Still not work. Yeah. Technically, it should have arrived by then, but it hasn't. So, not sure exactly what to do here. Wait, let me actually check out here. Maybe it has arrived here. And it's just not refreshing. Yeah, I mean, literally, the onboarding itself is not going as good as I thought it would be. And the simple reason behind that is that, yeah, the simple reason here is that the code just won't come through. Wait, should I try by phone? Although I'm a little bit skeptical of giving out my phone numbers like this, but still, if it helps, it helps. Uh, back phone. Okay, it's really funny because I'm clicking sign in, but it won't let me. It just says invalid credentials. I just realized that they have a different section for sign up and sign in. So my whole idea is that these should not be like two different things. Sign up and sign in should be the same always. Because if my account is not made, then just make my account at that time, right? Like how is it so hard? That's what I fail to understand. So I've clicked on sign up. Wow. Literally saying that my email is somehow under use. So okay. Honestly, not a smooth UX up until this point. Like I'm still trying to like sign into the app. Should have been like way easier. Okay, so yeah, I mean, to be honest, you guys can have a look at this point. I've been trying for like 5 minutes, but the code simply won't come. I've tried by let me actually try signing up from my phone, and then we may have somewhat of a better luck. Yes. Let's see if the code arrives. I've actually given my phone number, which I usually don't give. Oh, the code actually did arrive. Rare, man. You have to choose a username. Okay, I can do that. There you go. Username chosen. Tap it. This is a weird animation for tap anywhere to begin. Um, Forging a key, creating a private wallet key securely on device, securing a recovery. Okay. Finalizing your account. Instead of this loading bar like going in like leaps like it is right now, I would much rather prefer for it to like load slowly but keep loading so that people are always hooked in with like anticipation. Why should load in increments? Honestly. And then couldn't sign up. It says welcome to Pistachio. So that's what I'm gonna check. Okay, profile picture. Yeah, just like skip. Welcome to Pistachio. Let's get you started. This is your first deposit. This can be a transfer or a purchase. Okay, very nice UI UX by the way that you have in onboarding. Um, okay, so I can technically deposit $5 from Apple Pay, and now you're saying that in order to deposit from Apple Pay, you need my email address. Okay, I've literally sent you the email address. Please, for the love of God, just send me an email. Like I don't understand otherwise what is happening because is there a chance that you guys are ending up in my spam? Oh man, you guys are indeed ending up in spam. Jesus fucking Christ. That is exactly what is happening. Makes so much sense. You should tell people that they should check their spams. Um I'm honestly just like stuck here. Like there's no like pay button here. I can look like it says Apple Pay, so that's all right, but yeah. It just says enter an amount. I'm trying to enter it, but okay. I think I accidentally clicked on like bank or something and it just took me to this weird ass website. Yeah, no, it's by Mesh and I don't like this UI because it was also there with like Hurope and I don't agree with that at all. So yeah, I'll just exit from here. Why do you guys need Mesh for this? Why can it just not be like a normal wallet connect or something? I can understand that like Mesh apparently is doing pretty well in a lot of these neobanks. But why do I need to send this again? Why? Apparently, I can set POL on Polygon. That's it. That's all you support. Please tell me you support USDC. No. How come you don't support USDC or USDT? I don't get it. What kind of a neobank does not support them? I'm on base. Let me try Arbiter. Maybe I'm just no. Yeah, literally this. So all I can deposit is either ETH or Arbiter. Hmm. Well, that is weird. Okay, let me see what else can I do. So I can do smart primary. Okay, so I have this. I have earned where most I can do. You guys are plugged into IPOR. You guys are plugged into Compound. Can you tell me why are you not plugged into more for Aave? I think those two are like you should definitely be plugged in there. Model portfolio seamlessly balancing service spot. Okay, so you guys are partnered up with like Glider. Okay, that's good. And same thing goes with the card thing. You guys are saying that the cards are coming soon. I don't have it right now, but okay. And you need like friends in order to do it. Okay, so my honest thoughts are thank you for not making me use KYC. Like that I really, really appreciate. But at the same time, wait, if I want to withdraw to my bank, can I do that? Technically you can, but again, you see the problem here. If you want to take out money from USDT to INR, no payment methods available, and that's the problem that's going to be there for India, in at least in general. If there are no payment methods or off ramping methods that are available, then it's going to continue to be a problem. Don't worry about it. see if I want to, would you be able to, it's not in here. AD, really weird. Technically, AD should be Argentine peso. Is that something you can offer? Argentina is a very country, so it should be available. So let's see what you guys say. You guys still calculating a rate on this? No, no payment methods available. So I think uh, or glorified wallet at this point of time. Way to savings vaults that are built on other protocols such as Hypernet Compound, both of whom have fallen out of favor at least in terms of popularity. Like if you want resilience, you should go with something like Aave. If you want better rates, you should go with something like Morpho. And for people who are looking for like a riskier yield, even though people with that high of a risk appetite are not simply looking to park their money and like preserve it, they want to ideally grow it and grow it by like taking riskier bets. They're much better off investing in HLP or something like that, or like the GMX pool, because that is more, that is how they can gain like a lot of directional exposure to people just losing money on the house, right? So every time a perp trader gets liquidated, they make money out of that. Um, so yeah, I don't see this as like a differentiation that is out there, or at least a differentiation that this particular protocol has. But we tried looking at Aave today, and unfortunately we could not. But Pistachio, I think, needs to set their themselves apart a lot more. And what really worries me is that I know about Aave even when they are not completely live yet, like their wallet is not yet live, right? If I know about them now, imagine how much people are going to talk about them when they are, you know um imagine how much they're going to talk about it when it actually goes live. I think it would be a pretty one-sided domination, unless of course you move really fast and you get really, 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 really good. If that happens, once that happens, that is going to be amazing. So yeah, that about it from my end. If you guys have any kind of ideas, have any kind of protocols that you think I should be reviewing, let me know. And yeah, that's about it. Take care of yourself and have a good one. Take care, guys.